Hello and welcome to this meditation for when we feel anxious or keyed up or wound up all tight. This is a great little way to unwind after a busy day or when you've got some racing thoughts and you've got a few minutes just to take time for yourself. You don't need anything at all. You can sit comfortably, you can lie down. I do have a couple things. We've got a chair here if you'd like to put your feet up, or a coffee table or somewhere that has a comfortable place to elevate the legs a little bit higher. And I've also got a blanket because if you're seated, you might like to sit on the blanket, or alternatively, you might like to lie down and get comfortably. And another way of using the blanket is over the tummy if we are feeling a little bit wound up in a knot. We're going to have a short little bit of movement before we settle in. So go grab your stuff if you'd like to use a chair or a blanket and join me on the mat. Come onto your back. We're just going to add a little bit of movement before settling in. So when we get wound up in knots and feeling like the world is running away with us, it's really hard to just come to a grinding halt and sit still and feel okay with that. So we're going to get some of the shifts and the wiggles and the jiggles out just to kind of release some of that energy. And let's just roll the shoulders up, back, and down so we're plugging into our surface. Feel your shoulder blades spread across the mat, and then let your arms fall by their sides, palms facing up. And just connect here without changing the breath at all. Just notice as you settle in this horizontal position. So I don't know what your day's been like. Maybe you've been on your feet all day or seated all day, but coming into this horizontal on the mat, feeling really heavy, relaxed, being able to just let it go a little bit. Connecting with your feet as well. Noticing the breath, not changing anything at all. Feeling the breath come into the body. Notice how the change happens in the tummy, in the chest, the expansion of the ribs. Feeling the breath through the nose. And then can we deepen a breath or two here at your own pace, wherever you're at in your day. If it's been a busy day, your breath is going to be faster. Breathing in. Expanding, and on the exhale, settling. So you're letting that exhale bring a little bit more of your body weight onto the floor, letting more surface area be taken up by the body's weight settling in. Try it again. Let's do another inhale. And a nice easy exhale. Feel free to close the eyes or soften the gaze. And now give your feet a little bit of a wiggle, lifting the heels, rocking back and forth, connecting with your mat, your surface, with your feet. So we've got our shoulders set nice and comfortably, rocking back and forth through the feet. And then when you're ready, finding feet nice and plugged in through big toe, pinky toe, and heel. They should be about hip distance apart. On your next inhale, round the spine under, so we're tucking the tailbone. Squish that little train tunnel of your lower back and roll the hips up. So we're pushing into the floor, pushing into our big toes. Try not to let the legs fall out. Keep your knees in line with hips. Feel the strength of the legs do some work here. Holding up here for just a second, feel that strength. Take a second to pause and notice how it feels to be nice and strong in the lower body. And on your next exhale, ribbon the spine down. So just take one vertebra at a time. Take your time, take your time. Squish that train tunnel in your lower back. And then release it. Let everything come back to neutral. Okay, let's try this again. But on your inhale, think less about how high the hips go and more about the sensation that's happening on your backside. So eyes closed is a great way to feel into sensation. Inhale, take your time, roll the spine. Hips go under, one vertebra at a time. Lifting, only to where it feels comfortable for neck and shoulders. Pause at the top. And exhale, roll the spine down. So as you exhale, feel the match of your breath with the body. Squish through that train tunnel of the lumbar spine, and then let your body be neutral, heavy, no muscular work at all. Everything is soft and mushy and puddly, really heavy and relaxed. Let's do that again. Let's match it with the breath a little bit more. So on your inhale, tuck the tailbone under, roll the spine, take your time. Anchoring through big toe, staying present to sensations in the body. Little pause at the top in your breath. And on your exhale, see if you can draw your exhale out. Just one more count. One more count of your exhale. When you find the floor, spine is neutral, body's heavy, take a moment to register relaxation and heaviness in the body. Let's do that once more. We're going to try for one more count of an exhale. When you're ready, inhale, roll the spine, pushing through feet. Nice strong lower body. Neck and shoulders relaxed. Pause your breath at the top. Exhale, draw it out. One more count. Take your time. As you're drawing your exhale out, connect with all the sensations that's happening on the backside. When you find the floor, release all contractions. No muscular effort. It might be nice to heel toe your feet out, let the knees knock together so that the legs don't feel like they're holding in that bent position. And take a cleansing breath and exhale through the mouth, let it go. Do that again. Let the inhale just be natural, not forced. Exhale through the mouth, maybe an audible sigh. That audible sigh sends signals to the nervous system for calm, relax, and for bringing balance back. When you're ready, bringing knees into chest. If you want to stay there for a little longer, you do so. Knees to chest and cup your hands around the knees. Just rock left and right to massage those hip points. Rocking left and right, getting a nice little bit of a release for that low back. The lifting and lowering the spine may have created a little bit of chattiness. Let's try to quiet that down with some movement. And if that feels nice, stay there as long as you like. Otherwise, let's do some knee circles. So on your inhale, send the knees out into a circle, massaging that lower part of our back and the pelvis. On the exhale, bring knees in. Match the movement with breath. Inhale, circling as the knees go out. Exhale, knees come back towards the chest. And just like our bridge, the one we just finished up with, let's see if we can match the breath and draw the exhale out. So we're going to slow that circle down. Let's go once more in this direction. Think less, do less with the inhale. That's going to happen all by itself. Work the exhale. When we work the exhale, it allows the nervous system to slow, heart rate slows, blood pressure kind of backs off a little bit. And then bring knees into chest once you're finished that last really slow circle. Now let's go the other way. So on your next inhale, legs go out the other direction. Exhale, circling back in. So chances are this side that you're on is like me. I'm going the way that feels kind of weird, feels a little bit awkward. Here's the funny thing. By the time we're finished with these circles, this awkward way is not going to feel weird. That's how quickly our bodies and our minds adapt. As long as we can kind of stay open, stay trusting that the process is happening, our bodies are willing to adapt because they're always looking for the best way out for us, the most efficient way. And so the most efficient way is to learn quick. So let's try to get that exhale drawn out again. Inhaling out, exhale, one more count, a little bit longer. Work the exhale, less focus on the inhale. And again. This is our last one, so really take your time with that big, long exhale. And then when you get there, Just rock left and right, massaging both sides of the pelvis. Notice if there is a change in the level of tension or the level of grabbing in those lower back muscles. Can you feel that your surface area of your mat is just getting more and more expanded with the size of our bodies, just being able to melt into the floor? Little rock left and right. Cleansing breath in. Let the feet fall to the floor. Find your feet neutral again so they're in line with the hips. Lift the hips just to realign the spine. And if this is where you'd like to stay for meditation, go ahead and stay in any way that feels comfortable. Lying down, having a blanket across your tummy for some extra weight on the belly. Again, sends the signals of it's okay, relax, let it go. It sends in a type of information that comes down or comes up into the brain by way of our visceral organs saying, this feels nice, I'm heavy, relaxed. And then tells the brain, oh, you're relaxed, you're all good. And then our bodies do have a change. Okay, so finding a way that is comfortable for you and coming into that nice awareness that comes from the inside. So we're turning our awareness inward, feeling what's happening in the body. If you don't have a blanket close by, let the weight of your hands on your tummy do the same job. And let's begin the same way that we started out together, feeling the weight of the shoulders. Heavy shoulder blades. Taking awareness to one collarbone and allowing that collarbone just to fall a little bit heavier to the floor, letting that shoulder relax, and then notice how the arm responds. There's a spiraling effect of relaxation when we take awareness and we ask, can you just open and relax a little more? And then bring your awareness to the other collarbone. Ask it just to relax, drape across. Imagine you're wearing a scarf. And the scarf is draping over the front of the collarbones, down across the shoulders. Let your arms be as soft and melty as a big squishy scarf. Relaxation spiraling from the collarbones through the shoulders, and however your hands are positioned, they're receiving some of the benefits of that release. Staying present with the sensations in the body, where you feel heavy and relaxed. Where you feel your surface. And knowing that when our mind wanders, it's just doing its job. And simply by noticing that your mind has wandered, you've brought yourself back into awareness. So let's move along, staying present and aware and feeling into your heart center. Noticing any sensations. Noticing the relative energy. When you breathe in, that little heart center begins to spark a glow. Can you visualize that glow shining up into those very relaxed shoulders and arms? Can you visualize on your inhale shining, not just in the body, but radiating outwards through your heart center, through the shoulders, backs of the shoulders and the arms. Taking awareness to the tummy, regardless if you're upright or on your back, hands on your tummy or a blanket. Just feeling the weight of your organs. The weight of the organs being held as though they're in a little hammock. The hammock of our lower back. Can you ask your lower back, can it get a little softer? Can you make that hammock just a little bit softer? Notice what happens. Noticing, staying present, being aware of sensation. Can you breathe that glow into your belly? Radiating through the chest, the arms, back of the shoulders, down into the tummy, and the lower back. So now our glow has become a little bit of a spark. Maybe your glowy spark has a color. And when you breathe in, can you make that spark a little bit shinier, brighter? Staying present with that feeling, whatever it might bring. And again, knowing that if the mind wanders off, it's doing its job. And simply by noticing that your mind has taken a little wander, that's awareness. And you're staying present. Taking your awareness to one hip. Ask that one hip, no matter how the positioning of your legs are, ask one hip just to release a little bit more tension. Let it drip away. Notice by asking one hip to relax, if that sends a cascading effect of relaxation, warmth, ease into that one leg. Letting it trickle down from the big muscles of our thigh and our butt, all the way down through the smaller muscles of the calf, the shin, getting into the tiny fine muscles of our foot and our toes. Feeling the difference side to side in our legs. If your other leg feels a little bit tight, not balanced, let's go there. Let's go to that second hip. Visualizing, taking your internal awareness to that hip and ask it to relax just a little more. Can it release just a little more? Can it get heavier just a little more? And notice what happens. Notice if the big muscles around the hip and the butt and the leg start to ease a little bit, soften. Into the finer muscles of the calf, the shin, and the small little ones around the foot into the toes. Both legs heavy and relaxed. Bringing awareness back to heart center where your shiny little spark is hanging out. Letting the breath stoke the fire a little bit. Can you send that radiant glow down past the tummy, through the pelvis, into the legs? Staying present with sensations as you visualize this. Notice if you feel any change in your skin. Notice if you feel anything from the inside as you visualize yourself as being this radiant, bright light. Seeing yourself, however you're positioned, as a radiant, bright, glowing light. With all its energy expanding through your body and beyond, through the room that you're in, outside, all around the world and beyond, sending your radiant energy. And now let's travel back. So we're bringing that radiance back into our heart center, as though the flame is being turned down gently, staying very present in your sensations that you're experiencing, knowing that all thoughts, feelings, emotions, memories are a part of the experience, and that when the mind wanders, it's doing its job. And just gently come back to how your body feels right now. Turning the dial of our little spark down to just a little pilot light glowing in heart center. Knowing that that spot right there with our little glowing light is the place within us that never changes. That's the housing of self, living in heart center, never changing, always aglow. And so when we feel like the world is racing around and our minds are right along with it, even if we just take 1 or 2 moments to turn that little spark of a flame up as a reminder to self of an unchanging, unwavering place of safety, stillness. You stay here as long as you like. In a moment or so, I'll ring the bell 3 times, just as a gentle wake up if you should drift off. Taking your time to come back to your day, knowing that that little glow is always the pilot light that guides you to your best self and stillness. The light in me sees the light in each and every one of you. Namaste.